Show comments on stage.
Oh, so new stuff.
Oh, no, you have to pay for it, I think.
New
Yeah,
widget.
you do. Yeah, you have to pay for it. Damn it!
Not surprising.
No. Hey, look, what we get is free. I mean, you can't argue, can you? It's not like they're taking things we previously had and they're removing it. They're just not giving us new stuff on the free plans, which is fair. When they start removing what you actually had, that pisses me off. Yes. So what's the weather like over near you? For us, it's been off and on pissing down all night.
Fucking cold. I keep forgetting to go buy myself a new hot water bottle when I'm doing my shopping, although I haven't. I was going to go shopping today and then I couldn't be bothered leaving the house, so
it only
it'll have
just
to wait
became
until Monday.
autumn. What does that say for the winter? Oh, no thanks.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I've got a heater here somewhere. It's like a little oil heater. But I don't remember where. And I think it's either under the pile somewhere or it's not in this room. And it hasn't been quite cold enough for me to be bothered digging around for it, so there is that. But still,
it's going to get. Well, also, too, though, it's not necessarily that it is exceptionally cold. It's just we're so used to it being warm.
It's just the
Like,
air is like chilly.
Frigid. Yeah.
Which doesn't make it enticing to get out of bed.
No. No, it does not indeed. Yes. I'm not sure how much knitting I'm going to get done tonight. My hands are already sore. But I probably should clean up a little bit. I'm just looking around, looking at the pigsty that is here.
I keep having the problem of, because my bed is in the corner,
Mm-hmm.
the blankets all start to fall off one side that's not in the corner. So every day I'm having to like pull them back over.
Yep.
They'll be like half on the floor by the morning, and it's quite annoying.
Yeah. No, we just got
part of the issue is it's a queen size blanket on a double bed.
Yes, that. But also too, though, you should be able to tuck it down the side that's against the wall. Tuck it like down, and that should help stop it.
But then it's like just a pain to get it tucked.
And
you have to pull the bed out a bit.
See, I've lost room. Yeah, see, I've lost part of my desk here. I think, did I send you the photo? I have the tower here, and then the other day I had my writer's bureau down, and Morgan was sitting on that with the laptop.
Yeah, you sent me the picture of them both playing Minecraft at the same time. It's very cute.
Yeah, they are very obsessed. I tell you what, it's the best motivator. Like, they've both been told tomorrow we're not to play Minecraft until that we've done our cleaning chores. All of us, all four of us, we have cleaning chores. So, yeah. So I got the look, but I'm like, no, I want to play Minecraft. Like, what? No. She got to show her Nana her Minecraft world today.
Cute.
Just very excited. But yes, I do have to do some rejigging in here to make it a bit more like. I literally had to like scoot past two children to get out the other day, and it was a bit frustrating. So that's not going to change, but I can clean up like underneath and like clean up all the shit that's been sort of moved because I had to make space for the tower. So
yeah, you need to make a passive egress to keep clear.
Yeah, I just gotta. Yeah. And it's just, because we're technically in a garage, so if we're going to get bugs, it's going to be in here. Particularly the cicadas like coming in underneath the garage door.
Mm.
We vacuum them up quite regularly, although I think the season's ending for them soon, which will be good. They're more annoying in spring than any other season. So
too cold soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Another couple of months at most.
Well, the real kicker is I've actually got to get under the desk and see if I've got another PowerPoint to put the laptop over this side. Because if that works, then I don't have to have the writers bureau down, and I've actually got to have space. But I just need that one more power. I am not giving up the heater. The heater's plugged in at the moment. Actually, I'm trying to remember where the PowerPoints are in that wall. Ooh, I might have a solution. That might be investigated a bit later once my hands stop working. I've been so sore the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, the change in the weather really doesn't help with any joint pain and stuff.
And also too, at the same time, like as I said to my doctor, I've lived with it for years because I went and got tested for carpal tunnel 12, 15 years ago. And they said, oh, no, you don't have it. It must just be RSI. So I've lived with it for years, off and on. But it's only like the last sort of 6 to 12 months, it's gotten really bad. And it's like, well, and I said, and I was coping. But now that he said, no, it's pain, let's get retested. But he wants to test up to the elbow. Apparently you can have a version of carpal tunnel in your elbow. And he wants to test the whole arm because he said the pain in the in the elbows and that might be the sign that it's here, not in the wrist. So, but now he's given me actual like validation that the pain is real. Now it feels even worse than it normally does. So it's like, yes, it is the pain. The things we do, the way our brains work.
It's like how it almost feels like your symptoms get worse after diagnosis because you
regression,
give yourself permission to stop masking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been bloody cold.
But it's been cold because we've had some really nice warm days, and then we've had snaps of real cold. And then that storm was it last week that came up from the Antarctica waters? So I was like, well, that was freezing.
But
yeah,
it was really raining on Thursday, I think it was. It was like showers on and off, but when it showered, it was like pelting down. I got lucky because I had to go into the city. I'm doing a couple of cleaning shifts over these weeks because Emma's in Germany. I was going in to do cleaning, and every time it pelted down, it luckily didn't coincide with when I needed to be moving somewhere out of cover.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
Just as I went out to get in the car to drive to the station, it was raining on the way to the station, sat in the car because I was early for the train for once, and then it had paused just before the train showed up, so it wasn't really raining heavily when the train arrived. I think it might have been
just had
a
that
little bit,
misty,
but nothing major.
Yeah.
And then it was pelting down on the train a bit, and then went and got lunch and whatever, waiting for the tram. Just after I got to the tram stop, it started bucketing down. But then by the time the tram came, it had slowed again. So I managed
That's
to
good.
avoid most of it, which is good because I only took a hoodie that wasn't a waterproof one. So, and I've got an umbrella that was in my bag that I took out of my bag a month or so
Done
back
that.
because I was like, I don't need this in here right now, and I haven't put it back in yet. So it wasn't in my bag, and I was like, oh, that would have been useful today.
Mm. Yeah. I think my chaos demons are asleep.
Rare occasion.
We got them these new sleeping things. I was just before Easter. David was on night shift, and I was going fast. They were going nuts, and I kept getting like ads for this thing, Calm Carries. They're meant to be like if you hold them in your left hand, they hit the pressure point in the ball of like your hand, and it's meant to help you sleep. And if you hold it in your right hand, it hits the pressure point in that hand that's meant to help your anxiety, meant to calm your nerves.
Interesting.
Both the kids say they don't work, but we've noted that both of them go to sleep holding
it.
So yeah. But I put it on, like, and this is how I discovered that apparently not everyone feels electricity the way I feel it. Because I put it on, and to me it feels like an electric shock is going through my palm of my hand, like proper electric shock. And it's like it's not meant to feel that way. It's meant to just be this slight gentle pulse. But no, to me it feels like literally I have stuck my finger in a thing, in a power port. So
Yeah.
apparently I'm sensitive to energy.
Yeah, my laptop does that sometimes when it's on charge.
Yeah. Actually, I was going to say fair though, because all my life I can be using a powered laptop, a laptop that's plugged in, and I can feel the electricity in the keyboard, or my actual camera. I can feel like the camera I've got running now. I've got one of those battery replacers in it, the ones where you put like the little battery in and it like goes to a PowerPoint. I can feel the electricity current in that. I always thought it was just because it was cheap. No, apparently.
It's got like a prickle to it.
Oh no, mine's like full on electric shock. Like I've put my hand on a electric fence. Actually, no, not even electric fence, because the electric fence, particularly a low voltage one, is that more passive. For me, it is like a more active zap, like a higher intensity one. Yeah. Yes, I have put my hand on a. Didn't used to work with farm animals.
Yeah.
Do these things sometimes and not realize you've done it until you go, why is my hand feeling so weird? Oh, yes, that's that fence. Oh.
The level of prickle I get off my laptop is similar to a static shock or a the little flick, pardon me, that you get when you hold a piece of grass to test if it's on to a fence. But I don't know if that's purely because the electric fences that we've had around here are maybe cranked up.
A bit old?
Because the shock that you get off of the electric fence when we've had them on is a proper kick. Like,
so for me, it is literally like I have a loose wire in the laptop and I am feeling it's like the aluminium frame of the laptop is charged.
Yeah, mine has like a little bit of a prickle like that. It's not a super charged. It's just sort of like it sort of thrums. And if you run your fingers across the surface, it feels like it's like not vibrating, but like a it has like it feels like the surface is going like that instead of being flat like it is, because it's got like a sort of thrum when you run back and forth, and it's occasionally, like if I lean my arm on it or whatever, it'll give like a little prickle sort of staticiness.
Yeah, I think I times that by about 5 times and you get how I feel when I'm doing the same thing. Like I honestly thought I had faulty computers at one point, because I've always had that on this one, actually. On this one here, my old silver HP. I thought it was I thought it was faulty because of that. And I thought the battery replacer in my camera was faulty, or just cheap and nasty and not very well insulated. No, apparently that's not it. Apparently it's fine. It's just me. So that was an interesting thing to learn. But in saying that, it makes my wrists and elbows even sorer. So like when I was plugging the camera in before and I felt it, it literally felt like an electric shock going through my fingers, down my wrists into my elbow. So yeah, that was fun. Learn something new about yourself every week.
Always a journey.
So yeah, now I just got to wait for a referral to get the test. I might be like this for a while. I do have to get off my ass and finish editing my book, though. Just haven't had the brain power for it.
Yeah, I feel that. That's what I should get back to doing, is doing some fiction writing again, because I haven't done that in a couple of years.
Yes, you should.
Or at the very least, fan fiction.
Anything. Because you're good at it. So you should be doing it. Nah.
Yeah.
You gotta do what interests you.
I think part of the reason that I haven't written much is because my keyboard is now quite dodgy on my laptop, and I don't have a different computer. So I have to plug in an external keyboard for accurate typing, like not having keys like triple press and a frustrating level of typos. And then if I plug in an external keyboard, I have to readjust to that keyboard size, because it's slightly different keyboard size. And so
I get that.
Even when I'm in the mood to write, it just makes the process of writing, like, I can't really get into the flow properly, because it's just frustrating having to constantly fix all of the errors.
Well, it took me a while, because when I got this set up, I ended up getting like the high profile buttons. They sit quite high, which I'm not used to, because my old keyboard was the Microsoft one that's got that real low profile. But I wasn't getting it was a Bluetooth connection, and I just wasn't liking the way it was working. So that's why I went with a cabled one. Cabled pair. So I'm going to get this cleaned up, I think. How can I do that? I think. There we go. That's a bit better. Yeah. So much shit on this desk. I just don't know where to start half the time. Oh, these have come in handy. These books have come in so handy.
Which ones are there?
These are the they're done by they're like the official guides. So this one's enchantments and potions.
Oh right, the Minecraft
And they're
one.
just yeah. And they just like really explain everything like really simply. So when someone starts getting frustrated, I can say to him, "Go check your book." Trying to get him used to finding the solution, not just sitting there and screaming at the screen that it's not working.
Yeah. There's so much more in the game than when it first released.
Yeah.
Too. There's a lot of people who've been playing for a long time are really keen for one of the updates in the future to be an inventory update.
Oh yeah.
Because
or as my daughter calls it, her inventory.
Well, they haven't changed it since like Minecraft beta, pretty much.
Oh yeah.
And the number of blocks in the game is like exponentially increased by a ridiculous amount. So people who build a lot and use a lot of different block types and
don't have space for it.
Yeah, they have to like get a shit ton of shulker boxes and lay them all out and then be constantly changing. And like Minecraft has added a few things to try and help with inventory management, but they haven't increased the overall size. So like they've added bundles and shulker boxes, which are ones where you can add multiple different blocks into one spot in your space, but that still means that you have to like get it out of that bundle to then use it.
Oh yeah. Well, now I've got my two doing just creator worlds, so they can just, it doesn't matter, they can just destroy it if they don't have space for it, because they can just go get another one whenever they want.
Yeah, in creative mode it's not as big of an issue,
but yeah,
I mean, you still have your limitations of like if you want a block palette, you gotta, with a lot of things, you gotta like pick and choose what's immediately there. But it's you've got access to every block in the game and the other inventory. So I mean, I think there's ones where you can say pop bars, but I've never really played with that very much.
That's annoying. I picked up this angled, like motorized little scrubber thing from Kmart the other day. It's one of those ones that like you just turn on the battery and it just, it potentially makes it easier to scrub, because I've been having real trouble cleaning because my hands are hurting so much.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like I can get replacement heads for it.
Oh, that fucking sucks.
That sucks. Oh, I mean, it's $25. I mean, you'd think you could at least get like a pack of 3 for $10.
I hate when they release a thing like that and then make it so that you have to rebuy the whole thing.
There's another version that's like a long handled version. That has replacement heads. It's more expensive, of course, but it's got like a kit of angled, like it's got a microfiber version, it's got a metal version. I mean, they might fit it. Comes down to if the connection's the same. It looks the same. It does look the same. But it's still not a kit. You still have to buy the device to go with it.
I finally watched that Shy Girl video, the file one.
I have so many thoughts about that entire situation. I'm actually seriously considering doing a video about it. I was actually going to message you and say, do you want to like do a chat about it or something, like a dedicated chat about it? Because it is, it's not as simple as she used AI. We all should pile on her, which I don't believe. Well, I don't agree with AI. I don't think they should be selling the book, but like you hear,
I think people just need to like.
Well, the assumption was made.
Completed.
But also too, like the assumption was made based off bad data to begin with. Look, she's admitted that AI was used. She said in the editing process. So there has been the admission of AI being used. That's enough to say it's AI slop to me. But if what she said is true, then although she ultimately has to bear the responsibility as the independent publisher that originally published the book, I also am very, very interested in the fact that I don't think her book was pulled because of the AI use. I think her book was pulled because she didn't declare it when she signed the contract with Hachette. The way they're wording, the way they are wording like their releases makes me think that they were just pissed that she didn't tell them. Now, she might not have known. Like, a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
Look, I trust my editor. My editor hates AI as much as I do, but, you know.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, though. Like, if this happened to you or I, right? It would be so easy for us to prove that we didn't use AI in our process of writing. Because I know I have so many documents with all of the revisions history. And I'm just like, I could just show that to the publisher, and the publisher would be like, cool, okay. And if we were pissed off about AI use from the editor, I would go get the manuscript that, get a different editor who doesn't use AI, have it re-edited and republished.
But there's also like the thing of like we're on YouTube. We're discussing this right now on YouTube. Like I haven't done many videos in the past, and I've taken a lot of my videos down just because I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with this channel. And also too, I'm a bit cautious about having too much of my kids' faces up on AI. You know, people are just pulling
in the world we're in at the moment.
So I have pulled, I don't know if you've noticed, I pulled down a lot of our lives because the kids do come in occasionally. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to take them down, just delete them. I mean, they were lives. Who gives a shit? We usually just talk crap until 3 o'clock in the morning anyway.
The kids come in and then your parents come in and dox you and all sorts
of yes. Well, we just, so every so often it's just good practice just to remove, remove like the 6 months of lives and, just have the most recent ones up. And then, but we also too, we've been documenting our writing and publishing journeys. You not so much over the last few years, but there was the NaNoWriMos, how we met originally. And but we've documented it in the past, not necessarily in the last couple of years, but we have been documenting how we go about things, what we've been doing. See, and I think a lot of authors, like a lot of YouTube authors or author-tubers, don't necessarily have that issue of trust because they're showing their process on film. Like they're already showing the process. This is a problem for the authors that hide behind those sort of very anonymous-y style Instagram accounts, the ones where, they might just throw up a couple of pictures about their book. Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, okay, well, we've seen Milo's saga has been very, very interesting as well. But also too with Milo, you didn't see much of his process. So And where he fell down was he couldn't take criticism, which was, you know, one of the big things I say about being an author is the first thing you got to learn to do is like suck it up, sunshine, because you can't be a anyway. But he had trouble with the editing phase.
Like his content was all centered around being a boss bitch.
A boss, CEO, yeah. You can't even say a boss. CEO, yeah. Entrepreneur, like, creator, yeah. You like can see looking back on it.
It was about the world in so much as like, look how successful I am, and I'm gonna sell this thing I've been working on so much. There was no content on the actual.
I mean, to be honest, if Milo had put his book through AI, it probably would have been a better book. You know, I look, I have to say that I've listened to Crimson Rogue's 9-hour rant on it. And I highly recommend you do, because it is I love he's used the terminology, the author assumption. It's like when you write something in there that you assume the reader is going to understand because you understand it. And I'm like, I'm stealing that, mate. I am using that because that is so true, because I do it myself. My editor just puts a note going, what the fuck is going on here? Because she knows that I think I've actually explained it when I haven't, you know, and it's like, oh, yes, that extra sentence might help, you know. But
it's easy to do because you spend so much time world building and everything, and you write so many notes that don't necessarily end up in the actual manuscript, or they get edited out at some point. That it's hard to separate in your brain what is on the page, and what isn't about this story in your head.
And Milo's problem was, or is, Milo can't seem to take. He seems to take editing notes as criticism. Now, I still to this day am still a bit funny about the way people just decided that Milo owed them their money back. These are the people that received the book because they didn't like the book. The people that didn't receive their copies, sure, they deserve their money back. But buying a book is a little bit of a gamble. You don't necessarily, particularly if you've never read the author before, you don't know.
Are buying it online.
So there's the same situation as with the Shy Girl stuff. There's so many different little nuancy things running through it that are all interconnected, but at the same time separate problems. But I just think it is really, really interesting that Shy Girl got pulled from the stores with the AI usage being cited as the problem, but there is now a problem. It's not reports the only problem. But there's reports of publishers now using AI to edit, using AI to make covers, and you know, even like I think I shared one a reel with you the other day of an anonymous person saying, I work for one of the big fives in book covers and I have been told to use AI. I have to do it because it's my job. I'm not allowed to not do it. Like, I mean, similar situation with me at my work. My boss is, I would say, more on the edge of clueless as opposed to AI positive. He just sees it as a tool but doesn't really understand the problems behind it. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. It's very hard to educate some people. But it's sort of, it just strikes me that this book has been pulled when we have a book that was co-written by AI, that was published and advertised as being co-written with the AI writing it was like a romantasy or something, or a romance between the human character, which was written by the human, and an AI character that was written by the AI. I can't even think of the name of it. I don't know if it's out yet or not, but I know it's being publicized as that. And it's like, well, hang on, you can't copyright AI written work. So, you know, which is where I think Hatchet's gotten cold feet because they didn't declare the AI. They've just naturally assumed it was all 100% copyrightable, and they've gone through the process of copywriting it, which is more complicated in the US than it is in the UK and in Australia. The way I understand it, you have to like register a copy or something in the US with some sort of copyright people. So
I'm not sure on the process, and it really also is down to the fact that we don't know what was in their contract, in their publishing contract.
Correct. Well,
and from what I've heard, the reviews of the actual book, even before people thought it was AI, were saying it was very poorly written.
Well, I think Frankie's one's really good to watch. It's like nearly 3 hours long, but there's a lot of sort of discussion on the style of writing and how, like, I like my threes. Threes are a good number, but apparently the three.
AI likes the rule of three, apparently, because they were trained on all our good shit.
But the thing is, though, is the rule of three. How did Frankie say it? You can see the logic jump if you look at each individual one in the three, but if you look at the first one and you look at the third one, sometimes they do not make sense. So like you would say it was red, blue, and green, but the AI might write red, blue, and shiny. You know, like that's a bad example, but they were sort of explaining how there's like these logic jumps, and you can see the logic jumps, but when you read the sentence as a whole, it doesn't make sense. But you've also got the added complication that apparently the Shy Girl was meant to be written in very flowery prose because it was one of those sort of unhinged women style books, and it was meant to be that. So I do feel that if she got the book back from her friend who did the edits and her friend saying, lean into this, write this really flowery prose, she's gone through significant edits and read them and gone, oh, it's flowery prose, you know, it's very rambly, this is what I want. And she's approved the edits from her editor. Because a lot of people are saying, how could she not see the edits? How could she not know these edits? And it's like, well, honey, you trust your editor. If your editor says, hey, this sounds better, I tick yes. If my editor says, you know, try, you know, this, I've rewritten it, you know, just change it back if you don't like it, you know, but I think this is what you're trying to say. 99% of the time I'll read it and go, that's exactly what I was trying to say. I just had it around the wrong way. You know, so
I had this exact experience when I was doing my honours thesis. I happened to log in because it was on a Drive document. I happened to log in while my supervisor was doing edit suggestion and watching the live edits happening in real time of her editing my thesis and watching her like rewrite a sentence in a way that I absolutely was like, hell yeah, that sounds so much better. I wouldn't have thought of that, but I love it.
But it's also too, though, like I actually just before we went live, I was watching another video. Now, Willow Talks Books just did a quick video about it, about 20 minutes long, and they had mentioned this video. I can't think of the name, but I followed the link in their video to get to it. And she was saying that she's an editor, and as an editor, she would never significantly change portions of books. And I'm like, hang on. Little edits add up. And when you're inexperienced, which this author obviously is inexperienced and has never been able to afford edits before, an editor, like a professional editor, there's a difference between going, oh yeah, they've edited my book, they've checked it over, it's great, thank you, and actually understanding at what point the edits are overkill. Like, you know, there's a couple of times where I've even said to my editor, no, I'm not changing that because I want it that way for a very specific reason. Because I am setting my books up so that you can read them individually, but if you read them, you can see little things in all of them, like little callbacks for all of them, little, God, what's the word? Easter eggs.
References, yeah, Easter eggs.
and references, and there's an ongoing joke. There's a couple of real ongoing jokes that, you know, like decades long ongoing jokes with these characters, but they're there for a reason, and they're callbacks to things that happened in the past, you know, because that's what we do as humans. We always, when you got a cliquey little group, you do that sort of stuff. So I've deliberately putting that in, but because she hasn't read other books that are in the series, she doesn't know that reference yet. So it's like, no, this has to be put in here this way. Yes, it is unanswered and it is a bit confusing, but it will make sense in context later, you know. But then there's whole, like, she's, you know, moved whole paragraphs, you know, gone here, take this paragraph, put this here, this will be a better, stronger front paragraph, and then put restructuring and everything. And it makes a lot of significant change to the book in the end. So I do understand where an inexperienced author would read significantly changed things from an editor and just accept it because they're the editor.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, and at the end of the day, like, you know, all this stuff about AI, like, I even asked the person that originally did, like, I paid, oh God, what was it, 2 years ago now for the In Descent, 4 or 5 years ago now. God, Descent's been out for ages now. Like, the basis for the maps of the ship, I paid someone to do on
Fiverr.
Oh, what was it? Oh, something like Fiverr or somewhere, one of those.
I think it was Fiverr.
I actually changed them afterwards anyway. Like, I've done significant changes to them to make them look the way I wanted, but I got them to do the basis, and they were struggling so hard to get the basics done. I even asked them outright, are you putting this in an AI machine? And they went, no, I'm not using AI, but I was just, the amount of times that I was saying, no, this is what I want, and they just kept coming back with it not being right. I think there was a language barrier. I think I remember talking to you about it. It was I was very concerned at one point. I was really worried that they were using AI, but they assured me. They even sent me, like, version history to prove that they were doing it right. But I wouldn't know. Like, it makes you question, doesn't it? It makes you think, well, did they just say no and pretend? It's hard, isn't it? It's just but yeah, it's just such an interesting situation. And then you've got all these publishers that there's reports of publishers now saying to staff, you know,
it's frustrating
use it to,
because it's become so.
But then you have these studies where they're saying, like, 2% of the population around the world use it. You know, it's not even. So you got all these companies, these big corporations pushing and pushing and pushing this AI crap. And yet you're back now.
It's being weird.
Yeah. So yeah, like, you got these big corporations pushing all this AI stuff, and yet, like, you got these reports from, like, the consumers and all that saying, like, 1 or 2% people use it. And then it's come out, apparently the terms of service for Microsoft still say Copilot is for entertainment purposes only and shouldn't be used in for productivity. And yet here they are trying to build it into Microsoft, like, Windows, to be the product tool of everything. And it's like,
yeah.
I mean, have they stopped navel gazing for, like, 2 seconds to actually think about it? Like, I saw a reel today. 50% of the data centers in the US have been cancelled, or 50% of the ones that were meant to be started this year have been cancelled because they can't afford to build them. They don't have the energy grid to build them. And all the local councils are saying, no, not on our backyard. You know, so that's 50% of them already. And, like, hopefully more will, you know, go that way. Yes. And it's not necessarily the bubble in a financial way. It's the bubble in, like, everyone's just looking at them sideways and going, it's not doing what you think it's doing. Like, just.
I mean, on the plus side for us, the amount that the US has fucked around and found out has meant that our dollar is higher than ever before. And it's meant that when I'm looking this week at signing up for a Beacon membership, which is about $59 a year for the yearly one, or it's like $5.99 a month, the conversion rate is like so good at the moment that I'm like, I might just bite the bullet and buy the yearly one because it's going to be about $80 for the year, which for a yearly streaming thing is not that bad.
Yeah, considering that, 6 months ago it would have been nearly $200.
Yeah. It's like $8 something for the monthly one. I'm on the free trial at the moment, but once the trial ends in a week, I think I'm gonna, if the exchange is still good, just buy myself spend $80 and do the year. And that's all of the Critical Role stuff. So it's like all the behind the scenes and all of their extra shows and podcasts and stuff. Which
I haven't even looked at it.
I've been binge watching all the behind the scenes stuff this week. You also, with the membership, get a discount on their merch store and
shit, that is good. 71 US cents.
Yeah. Yep.
I haven't seen it that high in years. Do I need to buy anything in US dollars?
$1 was $1.51 AUD yesterday, I think. Like $1 US.
Oh yes. If I flip it around, let me flip it around. Yeah, $1.42 now.
Oh, it's gotten even better. Yeah.
That's really good. I can't believe that.
Time to buy shit from the States.
Well, the problem is the problem is that I'm not buying anything from the States if I can avoid it.
Well, it's the time to buy digital products from the States because there's no tariffs on the digital stuff.
I know. But at the moment I'm trying to avoid buying anything from the States. Oh dear.
Yeah, like if I'm gonna buy anything, it'll be something from Critical Role. But they also have.
Although I must admit, I did go to Costco today.
So...
I probably did manage to buy something from the US from Costco because you know what Costco's like. You do your best, but when you've got two kids pretending they're chickens whilst they sit in the trolley under your cardigan, they weren't harming anyone. I just had a babook and a babak.
Here's the thing, though. I'm fairly sure it said on the paid membership thing that one of the perks of the paid membership is you get about 10% off on the merch, and they have an Australian-based merch store, so the prices will stay the same for Aussie. But
you'd still get the 10% off.
So it would be cheaper.
Yeah,
cheaper to buy the Australian stuff.
If it's on a print,
but the prices are like fairly. I'm presuming that the quality is really high and well sourced, which is why the prices are fairly expensive.
Well, you assume they might do a print per. Yeah, but they might do one of those like Red Bubbles sort of style stores.
No, I don't think it doesn't look like Redbubble stuff.
Oh no, there's a lot of really good ones out there, not just Redbubble, but there's ones that are on. There's ones that you can do. A print on demand, but they're like a personal one that you put on your website, and it's like you can't tell that it's a print on demand. But they're like little boutique style stuff, and they're usually really well put together.
My favorite thing at the moment is a button-down shirt, but it's like $76.50 Aussie.
Ooh.
For what is essentially a maroon shirt with a tiny little bit of gold embroidery on it. That's probably not my favorite thing. So like I like that, but I don't have the disposable income to justify buying it.
What is disposable income?
Exactly. My other favorite thing on there is the Mollymock Tea Leaf Oracle Moon Tarot deck that they made from campaign 2. There was a character that had made his own deck of tarot cards because he was a fortune teller in traveling circus.
Oh yeah.
And it was like one of my favorite characters in the campaign. And as merch, they've made that deck of cards that canonically he hand drew himself, most of the cards.
That is
so
pretty
I
cool.
saw that on the store and I was like, that is fucking cool.
That
and
is tempting.
$40. It's $40 Australian, which if you go into like one of the shops in the city,
that's good for a tarot deck.
That's
really I've seen tarot decks for $80. Deck. Yeah, that is
and
really
it's
good.
Beautiful. The art is gorgeous. They also have.
Oh, I forgot I was in the middle of that book.
They've got books for their Dagger Heart game system.
Oh, boob shot. Sorry, guys.
Decent price. So I really like the tarot deck. That looks fucking cool. They've also released, I don't know if they're
for the cable, in case it's the wrong one. It's for the cable.
No.
Sorry, I'm trying to talk to my husband.
If it's on their store or not, but they've released like player books for D&D or like for game systems for the world that they set their campaigns in for Exandria.
Mm-hmm.
So that if you want to have a home game set in the same world, they've released like a world Bible of it, basically, that you can use with a whole lot of notes of characters and stuff that you can have for your interactions, and that's really cool.
I used to have a Middle Earth version of that.
They've also got character-themed dice sets from campaign 2, I think it is, and from quite a lot of the campaigns. That like a set of dice for about $38.50, so it's for like $40, which is not too bad, I think, compared to what I've seen in like game shops.
Oh yeah.
They're very pretty too. I'm very tempted. If I had disposable income,
you wouldn't right now because you would have spent it all. I get it.
So like I must 10% admit, will build up.
I must admit my current favorite little like spending hyper focus is to try to find decent shit on Temu.
Yeah.
Because you find some interesting stuff. This has not worked out. It's too light. Which is a real shame because the idea behind it's really good. But like this is the yarn. You put the yarn on this and it's meant to roll the yarn, but it's too light. It just falls off. It falls over all the time when I pull on it. So
it doesn't have the staying power, like the weight behind it to.
Yes. So I'm contemplating just getting rid of it. But I do like this. It's actually funny because I've like literally stuck a yarn ball on this the other day and I was just holding this. But that's all right. I'm going to put this over here for now. Make a decision on that later. But yeah, it's yeah.
Okay, one of my favorite things. They have a Mollymock Tea Leaf shirt, which is incredibly detailed, like print, button down, short sleeve shirt. That's really nice.
Yep.
And it looks like the sort of thing that you would find in Dangerfield. And it's $61 AUD.
Hang on.
You would get
original Dangerfield or the really cheap and like the cheaper Dangerfield, which is now. Like it used to almost be handmade.
It's not like handmade, but like the detail. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's just no, because I've seen Dangerfield. Even Dangerfield's gone down over the years. I'm sorry to say.
It has, but you can still find some decent stuff in there.
Oh yeah, yes. But you got to hunt now. When you used to be able to walk in and everything was fantastic. Now you got to hunt. I got to find home for this. I've got to keep that handy because that is my Linux dongle. I do not want to lose that. There's shit everywhere. These calm carriers have got to go somewhere. Okay. Let me find somewhere in the household shit.
Okay, never mind. I can't screen share because I got to change my settings.
No, that's all right.
I'll show you.
Sorry?
I'll send you the link in there.
Can't you screen share? Why not?
Oh, just
be able to.
I need to give it permissions in laptop settings because it is Firefox instead of Chrome.
Oh, yeah.
I sent the link to it in the
Yeah, now let me just split my screen so I can share screen.
It's actually quite similar vibes wise. They're different in color tone combos, I think, to a shirt that I got a few months ago from Dangerfield.
It is very cute.
Like a green,
it looks
windy one.
It looks embroidered.
I think it's just a fabric print.
But it does look, it's like it looks embroidered. Like it really does.
Well, it's inspired by the coat that the character has, which is a very intricately embroidered coat.
It's either an extremely high resolution print of embroidery or it has embroidery in it.
Yeah.
I think it's more likely to be an extremely detailed print of some embroidered fabric.
Print,
yeah. But damn.
Ooh, there's an Essex shirt on sale. So there was an NPC in campaign 2 that was not meant to get as involved as it did. But they basically they liked the NPC so much instantly that they just kept trying to befriend him at every opportunity to the point where he became one of the main characters. To the point where now when they've made the animated show, he is one of the main characters that gets a plot arc focus.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier than it did in the campaign. So they've they've fleshed out and shown some of his backstory in this show because he was so popular. And it was so popular that he has his own merch in the Crit Roll shop for an NPC.
I mean, that's pretty impressive.
It was pretty good. Within 1 or 2 episodes of the character appearing, they'd started calling him Hot Boy. Because he's a mage in the Dark Elf Kingdom who floats basically instead of walking. And it was this when they went into it in later when they sort of delved into it, the reason behind it was he started doing it when he was young to try and impress people and it worked, and now it's just expected of him, so he's developed it as a cantrip to be able to just float and hover above the ground instead of walking. But the effects was instantly everyone was like, oh my god, Hot Boy. But now he's got his own merch and everything. And the animated character in the show very much lives up to the Hot Boy
aesthetic.
Aesthetic. He is Hot Boy, and it's really funny watching, and it's great as well because it was an NPC. It was voiced by Matt Mercer, which means that now when they've adapted the campaign, all of the core cast have their own character that they get to voice that is a core part of the show. And because Essex was an NPC, Matt Mercer is now also voicing one of the main characters in the show. He's voicing a bunch of NPCs, but he is the on all of the interviews with the cast and whatever, he's the voice of Essex, which is just great. And it's also funny because everyone's like, hot boy, but he is also like canonically a war criminal and a traitor.
You have to say that one again.
So he's canonically a war criminal and a traitor, as well as
okay.
everything.
Okay, because you were laughing whilst you said it, so I was like, huh?
Yeah.
What was that?
It's quite funny because Matt was like, yeah, he wasn't meant to be like this big of a deal, but everyone kept like trying to befriend him so hard that they literally changed the character's alignment.
It happens.
It happens. It was really like, it's really great from a character arc perspective.
Socks instructions. I was wondering what happened to them. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's look. It's It happens. Like I've seen it. I've seen it in campaigns I've been part of. You know, just one character is meant to be like a throwing, like not even meant to be a named character, and then all of a sudden the DM's trying to like create a history for this character because they're like everyone just loves it so much.
Yeah.
Or we.
Well, I think the cool thing.
Or instead of going down the left fork of the road like you should have, we went down the right fork of the road, and now all of a sudden the whole plan's completely out of the way. But
I think the cool thing about this guy was he had a fleshed out, or like a bullet pointed backstory before it was introduced, because of the role that he had. Like, he was the character that had been assigned as a certain role within a very complicated plot arc that was already moving, that they already knew or suspected that someone had done something, and Matt had decided, oh, it's just going to be this guy.
Oh,
but because
well, see, that's actually that's a secret to good DMing, to be honest, is you just be flexible in what you can. Yeah,
it's so great though, because then they were like, it ended up being a really cool character arc and a really cool like plot arc, where Matt was like, this guy wasn't meant to have such a big part in the story, but
look at what we have here.
Tried to befriend him so hard, they literally like made him like them so much that then when the secret comes out, it's a whole big revelation, and he basically
like
has to have a redemption arc on
I always love to laugh about. We used to play we had an evil campaign. This is God, in the 90s, I think. Maybe in early 2000s. I think it might be in early 2000s. So we had an evil campaign. So we'd played the good side in the world for about 3 generations of characters. And then we were getting a bit bored because, you know, we were sort of, you know, you can only have so many, you know, fated children of children, and you know, we're getting a bit bored of it. So we decided to do the evil side. And I ended up with a lich cleric and many other abilities and stuff, but essentially their creating undead was ridiculous. And the hand is here. Can the hand provide a caffeine hit? I love you.
Caffeine hit.
Thank you, love you. But their creating undead was so good. I managed to turn a purple worm into a wraith. And but like it was completely unexpected, and the poor DM's trying to like, how are we going to use I used to call it Boo Boo. You know, sit Boo Boo, sit. Good dog. But like, you know, at the end of the day, like it ended up being like a used to like wraith through the rock underneath the evil city and be like the guardian under the city. But you know, but it was just like this. But it was we went and did it, and then I was like, now what the fuck do we do? What do we do with this now? So, you know,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. But
it was a great addition, and it was really satisfying to watch as well, because like in the
do you think holding these two together would be good?
Ooh, that could be interesting. Yeah.
Because they're both lace weight, and I had to over dye this. It used to be a purpley color from memory, and I had to over dye it because it actually came sun damaged. This is 100% silk, and I really don't like knitting it on its own. And this is the Fairfield fins that I over dyed. I'm just worried I might have to re-dye the blue. I wanted it to be more speckled, and the dye just got away from me in the pot, so it ended up being a very aquary blue color. But I reckon they might look all right together. I might ply them together. That way I know if I have enough yarn to do the project I want. I'll ply them together first, and that will give me an idea what they're going to look like. Because if I waste a couple of meters in a ply and go, I hate this, who cares? Yeah. But
yeah, you'll get an idea pretty quickly.
Yeah, I might do that. Okay, I'm going to put you up there. I
think the other thing I like about this character is in the show, as they're developing it out more, he has become the perfect foil for one of the main characters in the party.
Oh yeah,
which happens later in the campaign anyway. But it's really interesting in the early part of the story, seeing how they're fleshing out their backstories and their characters' arcs of like where they've come from, because the whole thing was like Caleb is similar to Essex but further down the road to redemption. This sort of mirror image of each other. And you get more of the details of some of the shit that Essex has done in the show, which is really interesting. It's hinted at in the campaign, but like not as explicitly. But it's become this really cool mirror of both characters have lost their family because of the empires that they were serving. And it was,
but the way they deal with it's differently.
Not only that, the way that they got to that point is different. One of them was brainwashed to become like a assassin weapon, and as part of that brainwashing was sent to kill his own family as a show of loyalty to the empire. So he was basically,
that'll do it.
He sacrificed his family for the empire, and the other one sacrificed his empire to try and save his family and failed.
But at least he tried.
He tried, but then in the process severely fucked up a lot of shit. And like when I say sacrifice the empire, like probably caused the death of like hundreds of people. It's like pretty brutal when you see it and think. But at the same time, you can sort of understand it, and from that point onwards, you can also understand what he does after it, which is also not great in a way, because like betrays a best friend and is doing a whole lot
still
of
living with the.
But it's
this is probably not going to do what I thought it was going to.
Oops. Really interesting. And the other one, so the one that killed his family for the empire, that was the thing that finally broke him out of the brainwashing. And he ends up in a mental asylum for 11 years and like completely breaks from reality. And then you pick up with him at the start of the story when he's trying to pull himself back out of that, and he's broken out and is like on the run, trying to regain some of his magical powers, and has the ultimate goal of going after the old teacher who did that to him.
Who did it to him? Yeah.
Yeah. Who also happens to be one of the people that the other person worked with in betraying the Empire. And then realized, oh shit, I'm working with a really evil fucking guy.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's a good show.
This is rather scary. So I'm just looking at what I have with my. I've got so much fibre I haven't spun up. It's ridiculous. Oh dear. It's okay. I gotta make a dent. I gotta make a dent. I gotta make a dent so I can go more. Because the problem is though, is technically like the one that Coburg yarn market that I like to go to is in like a month.
Oh yeah, we went last year, didn't we? Shit, was that a year ago?
Yeah. A year ago already. Yeah. So I'm like,
yeah,
because I've got my limit. Like I've got my limit of box here. Like once these boxes are starting to go down, that's when I'm allowed to go purchase some more stuff. But at the same time, I always make my son a pair of socks. It's the only time I buy superwash yarn. And I only buy it from this market every year. I'm literally working on 2 beanies for my son at the moment. And I've got no yarn for a beanie for Morgan. So she's not going to have a new beanie this year when he is. And he's going to have 2. So I'm like, well, I kind of need to get some yarn for that. Because I don't have any yarn suitable for a beanie for her. Like it's not pink and pretty. So I'm like,
fair.
And I also have to save up money for it because I did just spend a lot of money today on food.
Yeah, the never-ending cost.
Hey, but I got my kimchi. That's all I care about. I got my kimchi. I got a new one to try actually. I got Costco has like a big jar of kimchi, and I couldn't find it. I'm looking for it everywhere. And I finally found someone who had it in their cart, and I just went, look, I'm sorry, where is it? You know, because I'm trying to find it. It was on the other side because they have the fridges in all these weird places. And I'm like, I'm looking where all the Asian food is and the oils and like I picked up I didn't even mean to get this, but I found a teriyaki sauce. So like I don't have to mix my own teriyaki sauce. I can just marinate the chicken in teriyaki sauce and I'll be done, you know, sort of thing. I'm like, you know what? That's actually worth having.
No.
And
pretty good.
It was completely on the other side of Costco. So here I am, 2 kids in the trolley, clucking like chickens, because apparently clucking like a chicken is a new vocal stem that they've discovered. Because Morgan got cold, because obviously Costco is a huge fucking warehouse. So I had given her I got this from Temu because I was interested in whether or not the shape would suit me as a shawl. So it's just a big shawl like this. So here they both are under this. And it's Saturday. It's packed. And you just see all these, like, it was so funny because you could tell the people that were like grandparents and parents because they're all just looking at the trolley and then they go, you know what? You know where they are. And I said, yep, I do. So it's like, it was quite funny. Yep. But I finally find it. But it's like, and I'm like, oh God, I hope it tastes all right. Because I really like the Audi kimchi. But they only sold it for a limited time. It's really good. I nearly ate mine in a week. I've nearly eaten the whole thing in a week. Look, I went to 2 Audis this week because I couldn't get everything from the first Audi because stock levels they're fantastic at the moment. And neither of them had a space for it. So you know how they were selling the kimchi and the sakura together in that one section? I grabbed a jar of both, but the kimchi's gone. Like that spot is gone. It's and I'm just like, kidding me? They have
I'm just hoping I can restock
different pickles.
on the meal kits for their japchae noodles that they had. They're like $4. The sweet potato.
They've still got a lot of meal kits. They've still got a lot of meal kits. I don't know which ones. I don't tend to buy them, but this is warm. I'm keeping this
5 or 6 of them last shop, and I've got one left. And I also bought the bibimbap one, but that one wasn't as good. The sauce on it just was not it.
Yeah.
The japchae sauce is pretty decent. So
yeah. Well, now that I've got my rice cooker,
it's easier. Yeah.
I've got a recipe I want to try. So I bought. I've been slowly stocking up from Costco every couple of weeks when David gets paid. I've been buying like real sort of like rice and beans and stuff. And I got black beans last time, and I've just got this in my head, like proper black beans. Like I'm going to have to soak them overnight to use them. That kind of like black bean. And so I'm thinking black beans and rice in the rice cooker, and then just like add kimchi on top with some sauce, and I'm done. That's like my lunch. I think that might work out really well. Yeah,
sounds pretty good.
And I've got the best rice. I've got some sushi rice, which I've got proper Japanese like short grain rice, so it's still sticky, but it's not like sushi style sticky. And then I've got long grain rice. I've got some basmati rice as well. So I've got like the 3 different rices, so I can work out which one. I think the medium grain will be the the best option. But yeah, just trying to keep costs down. Well, tomorrow, one of the things I did grab from Kmart, which was probably a splurge, but at the same time, you'll understand my pain. I got one of those sushi roll makers. So the ones where you put the sushi rice in it and you put your ingredients and then you fold it up and it becomes a perfect circle. So then you can just put it onto the gnocchi cheese. They look like this.
I think I've seen those.
Yeah, but I mean, because the amount of times I've gone to roll it and it's just rice has gone everywhere. I'm just like, for fuck's sake.
I've got somewhere the little mat, the little bamboo mat ones.
Yeah, so you still got to use the bamboo mat.
Bamboo skewers.
Yeah. So you use the bamboo mat, you put your seaweed on that, but this is before that. You put the rice in this like little tube thing, and you can press it down to make it a perfect roll, so that when you put it onto the mat, onto the seaweed, it's a perfect roll, and you just roll it. Yeah, because my problem is that obviously it's not compacted enough, so it just falls apart as I'm trying to roll that up together. And I always end up putting too much rice in it, so it doesn't seal properly. So I'm like, you know what?
Interesting. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to see how it goes. I shall report.
If it makes it easier.
We make it tomorrow. Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah.
Because if it's easy, you do it, you save money.
Yep.
Rather than, but this is actually going to fit. I'm actually shocked. Okay. Oh, that's that stuff. How many of these did I buy? 3 or 4? I think it's 4. And there is, oh God, you can tell the merino. This is the pure merino from Spotlight. You can tell the difference, like, because a lot of my other yarns at the moment are, like, that's that Cumulus one from Bendigo Woolen Mills. It's a much stiffer. Uh-oh. I'm going to, am I going to fit? It fits! I still have to take a whole project out, but it fitted. But it's not quite what I was going to do. I got distracted and I haven't done that right now. No, I'm leaving it. I'm just doing that. I'm leaving it at that. I'm putting my spinning wheel accessory bag. See, this is now my spinning wheel accessory bag.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've still got mine full of some yarn and stuff as well.
Yeah. Oh, every so often it's a project bag. It just depends on the project, like, because it's, but at the moment it's holding my spinning wheel stuff. And it's nice and bright in the corner.
Yay.
But I've got to wash them. I haven't washed them yet. But I also need to finish spinning that project before I wash more. Oh, so soft. So, you know what? I've just sort of moved things around, but I haven't actually solved any of the problems I currently have with the storage around here. I'm not even going to show you my writer's bureau because I can't close it at the moment because it's got so many things in it. Which just so happened to be the pile of knitted and crocheted projects which I have finished and just need to weave in ends, and then they'll be finished, and I can block them and put them away. But I haven't had the energy to do that because that involves mental energy that doesn't involve just knitting. Okay, what can I do up here? Can I do anything? Not really. I'm going to put my... Okay. And what have I got up here? This is purely my spinning fibre that is part of the project I'm doing. Yeah. This is Suri alpaca and rose grey hikaya. Is that a rose grey hikaya? What is that? Is that like a breed of sheep, or is that like literally a plant material? Who knows? String.
I don't know, maybe like a colour?
Yeah, look it up. It's I bought it secondhand, so it's just I saw it on Facebook Marketplace, this fibre, and I just went, I need that.
Nice.
Okay. Oh, it's an alpaca.
Like a breed?
So it's 100% alpaca. It's rose grey hukea, I think it's pronounced. So it must be, the rose grey must be the colour grey, which would make sense. And then the other 40% of this is Suri alpaca, which is the really soft one. That explains why it's been such a challenge to spin. Because it's 100% alpaca.
Very soft and slippy.
Blended by Australian Alpaca Creations. Do they still exist? That would be the interesting thing to find out. Australian Alpaca Creations. Oop, no, not showing up in the search. No. There's a company called Australian Alpaca Barn. Australian Fibre Collective. That must have been the company that sold it. The things we discover when we actually take the time to read.
Indeed.
I do need to get that finished because I actually the whole reason I bought this was that I could test it, so I could then knit a version in this because I'm spinning it single ply, so it's going to be really soft and fluffy when it's finished, hopefully. So, but that is not happening tonight over there. Well, I solved one issue. I think I've made myself 5 more, but it's all right.
And that's always the way.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Oh.
That's well, I can see my desk now. It's not like this pile of shit over in the corner. That's a start. I really want to finish this. Nope. Try not to kick the cat in the face when I put my feet up. What time is it? It's nearly 10 o'clock. I think someone has decided to not make me a coffee.
How rude.
Rude.
How rude.
Ooh.
It's
So what do we?
how even with like the variegated yarn, it's like got a sort of pattern to it.
The pattern.
Where it's lining
Yeah,
up
it looks
over multiple
intentional.
rows.
Yeah, it looks intentional, like color work. Yeah, that's looking good.
It's weirdly consistent.
Well, that's because the machine dyed variegated yarns are consistent. So if you get if you get it right, you can end up micro striping a little bit. If you get your tension right or your size right somewhere. Yeah.
I'm once again at the point where I need to choose what yarn to use next, and it's choices are hard.
Just like close your eyes and shove your hand in the bag and see what you pull out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the other variegated blue one because I've been doing this sort of thing where the teal was coming out. So I did a stripe through of teal in the middle to make it sort of feel like I probably should have done 2 lines of teal really, but to make it feel more like it's like a uneven teal stripe that sort of goes a bit jaggedy.
Oh yeah. I am just using up this yarn. My daughter got a pair of shorty socks out of 100-gram yarn, ball of yarn. This left, and it's super wash, so I don't want to use it for anything. So I'm making a blanket for one of her teddies. It's just gonna be. I was like, I've got to use it somehow. So
yeah, got to use up the stash.
well, it's just waste too because it's not like I can't put it in my scraps because my scraps are all non-superwash, so it doesn't like match. Like eventually I'd want to do like a scrappy project with them, but I've got to at least have them all like similar consistency.
All type, same,
yeah. Because superwash can stretch so much, there's that thing. And it's like, well, yeah. That's all right. I really should get into that Writers Bureau, but
yeah,
that might be tomorrow's challenge. It's really just that I got to finish all those projects. So what have I got? I've got the big blanket, like hooded blanket that I made, hooded shawl. I've got the Ranger hood that I finished. What else is in here? I've got like 3 shawls I want to pull apart and reuse the yarn. And then I've got the last of the fabric that I used to have, like for sewing, that I just haven't finished using yet. I've just shoved in there. So, no, I'll get in there and clean that out tomorrow, I think. I mean, everything, I only need to sit down for like 20 minutes per project and literally finish them off. I used to be so much better at finishing jobs.
Yeah, I can't say the same.
That's all right. Might call it quits soon, to be honest. I'm getting tired. And I won't lie, a little cold. I mean, how often do you see me with something over my shoulders?
Yeah, it is a bit chilly.
Well, maybe I am coming down with something. That would explain why my throat was a bit gunky today.
Well, it is the season for it.
I haven't got my flu shot yet. I have to pay for mine.
Yeah, I should go
I
get
have to
one of
pay
those
for
too.
Mark's too. I have to pay for Mark's as well. The kid's like 6. You don't have to pay for his. It's only like under 5.
How rude.
It's like you'd think, like, with all the vaccinations you got to give the kids every year, like, or over the course of their years to keep them at school, you'd think the flu vaccine would be something that they went, yeah, give it to them so they don't share it all around at each other.
You'd think,
Apparently
but
not. Yes, because God forbid Mum go a month without having to take time off work to look after sick kids.
oh dear, I'm still scrolling through the merch shop. I just went back to it. And on the sale page, they have a pack of bumper stickers, and one of them is proud parent of a Solstice Academy honor roll student, which is so fucking dark when you realize that that's the academy that made them all murder their parents.
I think that's the point of it.
It's so good. Oh dear. Oh no. It is definitely the point. Oh boy. So dark. Mm. Hmm.
This mess. That's why everything fit in there, because I took that yarn out. Okay. Yes, JJ. What? Is it bedtime? Did Daddy ignore you? You gonna come up and say hello? No, apparently not. Yeah, I think it might be bedtime.
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to say thanks for the chat.
I was about to say I'm super tempted by the Mighty 9 hoodie that they have on sale at the moment. Then I checked the actual listing and the only size they have left is small. So
yeah, that's not going to work.
That solves that problem.
Yeah, that's probably why it's on sale, to get rid of it.
But it's a nice design and they still have the shirts.
Oh yeah.
And while watching the campaign, some of them were wearing the t-shirts, and I was like, oh damn, that's a really nice shirt, but they're probably not selling it anymore because they streamed in 2019 and 2020. So the fact that it's still available is
it must have been popular.
Well, it's just like the Mighty 9 in a really nice script with like fancy little designs around it. Quite neutral, but very nice design in a style that I was like, oh, I would definitely wear that a lot. So the hoodie is on sale at the moment, but yeah, they don't have sizes. That's a point, actually. I should check that t-shirt and see whether they actually had the sizes that I would want.
That's probably a smart thing, because then you won't sit there thinking about it for 3 weeks and then finally being disappointed.
They do have
that's
all
what
the
I would
sizes
do.
except for 3XL. They have extra small to 6XL. 3XL
Yeah, that's
is the only one sold out. It's really good.
That's good. Yeah.
It's a it's a nice design. I don't know like if I like it enough to buy it, but it is like $30, which for their merch is fairly reasonable. Like that's one of the cheapest items. It's on sale, obviously, but
Owen's asleep on my foot. My little baby kitty cat. I am now trapped.
Interesting. Looked at the reviews and there's a couple where they're like, yeah, it's a nice design, but I didn't quite love the fabric. So
Okay.
that's good to know. Maybe that's why it's on the sale list. It just hasn't moved as well. Because the graphic is quite nice, but yeah, it says it's cotton rayon. But
yeah.
The review described it as being more like some sort of athletic fabric material rather than a soft cottony one.
Oh, okay.
Strange, because that's not what it looks like. But then again, maybe they just had a bad back. Also, I do love the fact that one of the people they got to model the shirt is Caleb modeling an Essex shirt. They know what the fans want.
Okay. I'm done, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm going to call it. No, I'm starting to get a bit.
I haven't. But I don't think I can be bothered.
I might finish the row and head off to bed. So thanks for the chat.
Pleasure as always. Stay warm.
Yeah, you too. And dry. And we may be back next week. We may not. It depends on how we feel. I think that's fair.
I don't even know what I'm doing next week. Other than grocery shopping.
I've got to get through another week of school holidays.
Well,
I took Friday off. I took yesterday off. Mark was just so bored at work, and he's so uncomfortable there. Like, I even have set up the laptop for him to play Minecraft at work, and Anyways, we'll have a good night and see you soon.
You too.